Hello, welcome to a new weekly vlog. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to Monday evening. This day has just completely run away with me. So yeah, it's almost 6:30. It's almost 6:30 and I'm only just now picking up the vlogging camera. I've got some pasta going on the stove for dinner. So that's got another 2 minutes left. So I just thought I'd turn the camera on really quick and talk to you guys. It's been a very busy day. I had a hair appointment this morning, so my roots have been touched up. Very happy about that. It was my first hair appointment in months. I'd kind of gone back and forth, do I, don't I? Do I cancel this one again, or do I finally start going? And I just decided to go. She's in a private studio. I didn't vlog it. I didn't want to bring this camera, and I didn't want to get my iPhone out and stuff like that and be filming while I was there. But she's in a private studio, as you've seen in past vlogs where I've gone and gotten my hair done. It was just the two of us in there. I was her first client of the day. We were both wearing masks the whole time. And even when I left, when I got there, there was no one else in the building that I could see. And when I left, there was only one other stylist and his client in his studio. So felt good about it. My stylist were at any other salon or had any other setup, I probably wouldn't go because things are not that great here in Arizona, but it felt like a fairly controlled environment and I felt safe there in her studio. So did that, came home, there's my pasta. I did some grading. There's a lot of teaching work stuff. I had my office hours today, and then I had writing and editing work to do. I had a long FaceTime call with Tamsin because she's been allowed to read this current draft, so we had a kind of editing call for me to get her notes and for her to go over her thoughts. I'm happy to say that she didn't hate it, so that's a good sign. I think we're going in the right direction, but it does need a lot of work, so I'm trying to spend at least an hour. Okay, I'll be there in a second. I'm trying to spend at least an hour, if not an hour and a half to 2 hours a day editing. So the call with her kind of was that editing time today. I've given myself 2 months, a little less now because we're into the second week of July. But I've given myself 2 months essentially. All of July and all of August is for content editing. And then I want to begin copy editing and formatting in September. September will be kind of copy editing. October will be formatting. I've got 2 months to do content and developmental editing. In these 2 months, I want to try to get through at least 2 drafts. So get it to a 3rd draft. I think with book 1, I think the 4th draft was the copy editing draft. So I usually go through 3 or 4 drafts before I get to formatting. So it's not that I have 2 months to edit the first draft to the second draft. I've got 2 months to go through at least 2, preferably 3 more drafts. So I need to try to get to the second draft within the next few weeks, which is going to be a lot. But as you've been able to hear, my pasta is done. So I'm going to go eat. I'm ready to just turn everything off for the day because I also did some work this morning before going to my hair appointment. So I'm coming. As you can tell, I'm completely frazzled. I'm ready to just chill out and go relax and hope that the temperature goes down soon so that my air conditioning can stop running nonstop. I will talk about that in a future day clip. But I need to go because I'm hungry. Pasta is definitely done. So I need to get my strainer and go relax. I will check in with you guys later. I hate summer. I really, really do. It's been really hot in Phoenix this week. Like the last couple days it started, and then it's just going to get worse throughout the week, but it's been over 100 for the past week. It's going to get up to 114 later this week. After I finished talking to you guys, I got my dinner, sat down, ate dinner, started watching a TV show, was having a fine evening, and all of a sudden my air conditioner, out of that vent, which is the main vent. So it runs that whole length of the wall out into the living room is where the like unit within the apartment is. And then that goes up to the unit on the roof. It just started making this god awful squealing, whistling noise that just kept getting louder and louder. And then it happened a third time, and that's when I called emergency maintenance, who I called about 45 minutes ago, and I'm still waiting. I don't know how much longer to give them before I try calling again. Normally they don't take this long to respond after hours. And I don't even know how much he's going to be able to do tonight, because the last time something happened to my AC after hours, they're not allowed to go up on the roof after dark. I think the problem is within my unit in here, but he's probably still going to need to like check stuff up on the roof just to make sure. I don't want to leave it running all night and then have that noise start, but I can't stay here if the AC isn't on. So I'm really hoping he gets here soon and at least can figure something out, even if it's just to say, yeah, I gotta come back in the morning and figure it out. I'm gonna stop. I'll go and I will update you once there is something to update you about. Okay, the saga continues. I had to call the 24-hour service back just to say, hey, it's been an hour. I haven't heard anything. Do you know anything? And they said, well, they just might not come until tomorrow. It's like, I don't think you understand what I mean by it's making a noise. And I think that's what happened. It got written down as it's making a noise, but the AC is still coming out cold, so whatever. And so it probably just wasn't treated as an emergency. Breakdown of communication. I'm not going to be mad. Obviously, I've come over to my parents' house, as you can tell. I did the only thing I could think of, and I told them this. I said they couldn't cancel the order because it does need to get fixed. But I said, can we add a note then to the order? And they said, we can do that. I said, okay, I'm leaving the apartment and I'm turning the air conditioning off. And so he put that down and we hung up. I threw some stuff into my bags and I drove over here. So I got here. I cannot be hearing fireworks. I'm hearing something. I'm hearing all kinds of things. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I took 2 video clips of this noise. I will have inserted them somewhere. I'm not making up that noise. And the clips that I got, I wish I'd thought to start filming as soon as I heard it, because the noise that it first started making was so much louder than what I managed to get on camera. But I was just so shocked. I was just so shocked. I turned everything off. I drove over here. I've sent my leasing office an email with a written description of just everything that happened. The whole backstory, everything they could need to know. Even when someone goes in there and turns the AC on, it's not going to start making that noise right away. After the AC turned off for a little bit, when it turned back on, it took like 30 minutes for that noise to come back. So they're probably going to have to turn it on and leave it to run and just keep coming back to see if it makes that noise. But I was just too afraid to leave it running. Like, the noise sounds like damage is being done. And so I said I was afraid to leave it running in case it does something worse. I just feel like it's kind of like I was explaining to my mom and to a friend who I was venting to. When you get a flat tire, you don't drive on a flat tire. It will damage your rim. And then not only do you need a new tire, but you need a new rim. And so I kind of worry that it's that kind of thing where right now it might just be one thing that needs to be replaced. But if I were to leave it running, it might then be multiple things that need to be replaced. I can't just not stress about it. My brain doesn't work that way, but I am going to try to distract myself and then try to just go to sleep. So I will keep you updated. But apparently this week's vlog is going to be all about my air conditioning problems. Hello and welcome to Wednesday. So tired and my eyes just do not feel good. I came back over here last night. The maintenance guy had come up and checked on it. Of course, the noise wasn't happening while he was here. He's coming back tomorrow or Friday to double check the level of Freon, because he said he topped up the Freon and put in a sealant just to make sure that it wouldn't leak, but that he would come back to double check the Freon and make sure that it wasn't leaking. So he is going to come back later this week. The air conditioning's turning on. It is cycling on and off now, even in the middle of the day. It's currently 106. So the fact that it's turning off is good. I'm running it at 76, not at 74. What was irritating yesterday was I just wanted him to call and say, I heard the audio clip, know exactly what it was, went and fixed it, you're all good now. And that's not what happened. So it feels like whatever was wrong is still wrong, because he didn't do anything other than top up the Freon, and the Freon being low would not have made that noise. My AC has been low on Freon in the past. It's never made that noise. I've done my office hours, I've done some grading, I've done some classwork, I've done some editing. I'm now up to chapter 4, so I've edited 3 chapters so far. Anyway, I've been rambling for way too long, and this is already, I feel like, a rambly video because of the AC problems. So I'm gonna go and I will check in with you guys later. Bye. Hello, welcome to Friday. I didn't vlog anything yesterday. Yesterday was really not a good day. It wasn't a bad day, like not overall, but it wasn't a good day. It was a bit wobbly, if I'm honest. There was one good thing that happened yesterday. I got 2 new masks from a friend of mine who lives in Tucson. So there's this one in this really super cute fabric. And then this is the one that like just spurred it on, because I saw her post this fabric and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? Long story short, she said if she had enough left, she'd make a mask out of it with me. So this one kind of came as a bonus. And this is the one that, like, I love them both, but we all know I love London. So I just thought this fabric was absolutely darling. There's little like gold glitter accents on it. I don't know if it'll focus, but yeah, I love the double-decker bus and Big Ben and the cute girl. But like this one has coffee and nail polish and more cute girls, so love both of these. In the continuing saga of Andrea's air conditioning, it is working, it is going, but about an hour ago it started pumping in paint fumes. They're not super strong. I'm not feeling high or anything off of it. It's just, it smells like paint or some other kind of chemical. So I called the office to check on things, to see if the maintenance guy was going to come back today, because he said he was going to come back and check on the Freon levels on my AC unit. And they said, well, he's probably going to come on Monday because he's not in today. It's like, okay. Then I said, just out of curiosity, are you guys painting anywhere in the building? Because I'm starting to smell fumes of some kind, like either paint or wood stripper or varnish, like it's that kind of chemically smell. And they're like, well, there's a lot of move-outs happening right now, so it's very possible. They didn't like know for sure. It'll probably be gone by tomorrow. It does temporarily get better as soon as the air conditioning kicks off, but it only does that for like 5 minutes at a time, and then it turns back on, and as soon as it turns back on, it's just stronger. It's particularly bad right here because the vent blows down from right, you can kind of see it right there. From there, it blows straight down onto the desk. So I'm about to pack stuff up and just relocate into my bedroom because it's not as bad in there. It just doesn't smell as strong, but if it gets any worse, I might have to go over to my parents' house again. Like, I'm not getting a headache yet, but like, I could. Like, these, on the surface, are small things. It's not the end of the world. It definitely feels like first world problems that I'm complaining about, but it's just one thing after another. And if I lived almost anywhere else, I would just turn the AC off and open up my windows. But it's currently 106 degrees outside. That's not an option for me. There's nothing I can do. Just have to wait and see. I'm gonna go try and work in my bedroom and see how bad the smell is in my bedroom. I'm annoyed. I just want something to work out. And like I said, it's not even that I'm really upset about the air conditioning. I'm upset about the fumes. It doesn't seem that great. Like, it doesn't seem that safe that I'm smelling this and that I can't open a window. And I'm a bit irritated that, like, the response was just, oh, it should be gone by tomorrow. So in the meantime, like, this is actually kind of not great for me and means that I might not be able to stay in my apartment. Isn't it kind of a problem that these fumes are coming into my apartment through my AC? I'm tired of feeling crazy, and I'm tired of feeling like I'm the problem, and I'm tired of feeling like I'm complaining about everything. So I'm going to stop vlogging. I'm going to go do some editing and some reading and try to just chill out. And I'll talk to you guys later. Surprise! Look where I am! Back at Mom and Dad's. You'll probably have noticed that in the last clip from last night. I was reunited with the doggies. My AC went out again. This time it went completely out. It was still blowing, but it was blowing warm air, not cold. Whereas on Tuesday it was still blowing cold air. It was just making a really bad noise. So, yeah. So that happened at 8. I called after hours maintenance, but I knew they weren't going to be able to do anything, so I just packed everything up and came straight over here. I think I got here a little bit after 9. And so I've been trying to call them. They've supposedly been open, the office, for about 35 minutes, but they're not answering the phone. So I need to go back and get some stuff. I think now that that smell that was coming into my apartment on Friday was some kind of air conditioning chemical that was probably leaking, which might be why it stopped working last night. So I'm gonna drive over there now. It's about 10:39, so I'll get there just after 11. I'm gonna talk to the office, then come back over here and try to have a relaxing Sunday. It'll be fine, and I know that, like, in a week or so this will all be in the past and it won't be an issue, but right now it just kind of sucks. So I'm gonna drive over there while it's still only 100 degrees. That's the other thing. It's gonna get up to 116 today. So before it gets up to 116, I wanna drive over there, at least get the bulb going, and then hopefully I'll be back before it gets above 110. I'm gonna have one last sip of my tea and then get on. Okay. The never-ending saga. Now, I think it might actually be at an end. I'm now back. It's a few hours later since my last clip check-in. I went over there and, surprise of all surprises, the AC was actually on and someone had been there this morning, which I really wasn't expecting. So I think my message from last night did get delivered to someone this morning, and so they'd already been up there. Thank goodness. So, because by the time I got there, it was a little bit after 11, and it was already getting upwards of, it was over 100 degrees already. I was like bracing myself to walk into like a sauna in my apartment. And so when I walked in and I could hear the air was on and it didn't feel super hot, it was like, oh, okay. It was running, it was set to 80. I went and checked the temperature of the air coming out from the kitchen vent, which is the strongest. The air was coming out nice and cold. There was a note saying that someone had been by, but the note was written on the order that had been put in Monday night. So I was really confused. So I went down to the office, spoke to the woman who was working there today. She then called the maintenance person on duty just to like clarify what he had done. I don't fully understand it, but he did replace a couple parts. So I'm cautiously optimistic because at least something was done beyond just topping up the Freon this time. But I still just don't understand. I still think the smell Friday had something to do with the AC, and I still don't understand what was making the really loud noise on Monday night. So I don't know. To be continued. Come back to next week's vlog, because obviously today will be the last day of this vlog. I'm back at mom and dad's. I'm gonna kind of pack up my stuff, but I'm gonna stay here for dinner. I want to just relax. And my apartment's still cooling down, so I bumped it down to 76. So hopefully by the time I go back over, it'll be down to 76 and we'll be cycling on and off regularly, and I'll get through tonight just fine. And then I'll keep an eye on things over the next couple days, and then maybe try to get someone to come back just to take a look and make sure that everything still seems like it's working properly. I will update you further in next week's weekly vlog. I'm now gonna finish or get things packed up and then go sit out in the living room with mom and the dogs and read and just snuggle with them. If you don't hear from me again in this vlog, it's because I got home and everything was fine and I just wanted to go to bed.